You're welcome. This is Sport on Live, sponsored by Kosoro Radio, of course, and my name is Mamilere. With me today, we actually have an Everton fan. He doesn't really like to accept that tag. He says he loves Everton, but he's not a fan. How true that is, we'll probably find out. But one thing I know about my guest today, he's actually a very patriotic Nigerian. He loves to follow anything Nigeria, especially the under-20s currently playing. He watches all the games. I wonder how he does that. And to be honest, Body Bank, you're welcome.
Yes, this is Body Bank. Happy to be on Sport on Live. And absolutely, I love everything in green and maybe everything in blue to make you happy.
Means you love Chelsea.
You said so.
All right, going to be a quick one today, Body Bank. It will be neutral. We're not talking about Everton, so don't be scared, even though Everton is in quite good form. It's just a bit of a discussion surrounding the whole VAR thing. When you're a football fan, I don't know how long you've been watching football for. I know you're definitely older than I am, and you've probably been watching for a long time, but I've had quite some experience as well with football before, the introduction of VAR, the video assistant refereeing. And what I see is the fact that personally it's killed the excitement for me. Whenever my club scores, or maybe any team I fancy, when they score, before I even start to get that excitement, I wait for, like a confirmation, like, oh, is that actually a goal? Because they might have pulled it back for maybe a foul or an incident from midfield or something. It's taking the excitement away. The one that recently infuriated me was, I think that was sometimes last week, where he charged at two defenders. He got the ball, so the ball ricocheted. I'd say hit him right on the shoulder, or probably even on the head. And then the ball came right in front of him. He put a perfectly placed shot into the goal post. The whole idea of VAR is to call attention to clear and obvious errors. Emphasis on clear and obvious. I didn't see anything clear about that. I didn't see anything obvious. When you look at all angles, you can't see any perspective of the ball hitting his hand. Well, summary, the goal was overruled for this purpose. And I just thought, why does VAR take, centerpiece? Why does it take attention every single game week? This is not what we want. This is not why VAR was introduced.
My issue with VAR at this point in time, which many sports pundits also share, is the fact that VAR has now tend to be cherry picking depending on the opposition, or the criticality of the game that is at hand. Just the same last weekend, Liverpool had a handball situation, and they said because it wasn't so clear that Salah's hand touched the ball, they decided to
give the goal. Yeah.
Still. And now, in one view, the commentators were very, very sure there was no way the Iheanacho's case, the ball in play, hit any part of the body other than his head. Mm-hmm. And then a clip that would show that it actually hit his hand. So it's incredible that they did not see what other people are seeing. And the commentator was like, what video are they watching? We can see clearly right here in the replay that it went from the feet of the defender and it ricocheted to his head, went forward and it struck the ball in. Very clean football, very clean goal, which would have been a very, very good victory for the team.
I think at that point that was probably the equalizing
goal. Okay, so I think VAR should do the job, review clear and obvious errors, and don't cause more drama. Don't cause more drama.
In fact, but the bank, what I even want us to just personally, I wouldn't mind I know a lot of people will probably say it's too late for that now. We are deep into it, or just forget it. It's great, it's good. I would say get rid of VAR entirely. I would say let's go back to the era where referees made their on-field decisions, and we stood by it regardless. I know because of VAR now and because of social media, we see all these video playbacks and it's painful, but football was more interesting then.
Yes, I think, but I won't support that anyway. I think VAR has come to stay.
How do we make it better then?
The officials managing it are the ones that are liable when this kind of errors happen. They need to go by the rules, what they see, first angle, second angle, third angle tops. And you see even semi-automated offside calls, they're taking long.
It's taking too long.
It's taking too long.
It's now looking like it's been doctored before we actually get a verdict.
They are looking for that tiny margin to rule out opportunities for maybe the weaker teams and so on and so forth. So you want a situation where these decisions can be reached at in good times, and then don't make the players wear out because they have to wait 7-8 minutes.
I would say if the decision is taking too long, then it wasn't clear and obvious. Then probably stick to the on-field decision.
Yeah, absolutely. So you only need to, and then you see a situation where VAR is interfering with game. It's the referee. Probably, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head the ideal game now, but you've seen where commentators have been like, or pundits have been like, in this kind of situation, VAR needs not to interfere. It wasn't like it's an error or something like that, but they are calling the attention of the referee to it mid-game or something like that. It shouldn't be done. If the referee gives a decision and the decision was wrong, VAR should interfere. If the referee missed a thing, should VAR really interfere? Because you are impacting the game in that situation. Maybe there was I don't know the specific example to give, but I've seen where I've reasoned alongside the pundit.
A quick example. Did you watch the game between Fulham and Chelsea earlier this season, where Josh King got a goal, but VAR called the attention of the referee to the fact that Muniz, trying to do a dribble, stamped on Chaloba's leg, Chelsea's defender, before the ball went off, and they called his attention, watched the video, and called off the goal. Howard Webb, who happens to be the PGMOL president or however it's called, said it was an error. It should have been a goal. That confused me. Fine. The decision went in Chelsea's favor. Great for me. But I thought, yeah, that's definitely a free kick, because if it happened in the box, they'll probably give a penalty because it stamped on Chaloba's leg. So you can call the goal back for that. But the referee didn't see that in real time. So are you saying situations like that, just leave the on-field decision? Is that what you're saying now?
It's very tricky actually, but at the end of the day, what you want to see is that you don't want to see the referees or the VAR assistants cherry picking or making it obvious that they are favoring a team, and then you see where you start having this discussion around, this team is
being favored,
being tipped for victory.
A lot of people think Liverpool are paying so far.
So I think it goes round and round. At the point it was Barcelona, at the point it was Man United, at the point it was this, it was that, and then now it's Liverpool time. They're getting some kind of favors. That particular game against Crystal Palace could have ended in a 1-0 victory against for Crystal Palace. But they reviewed and reviewed and reviewed, and everybody thinks Salah actually handled the ball, and they said because we cannot see it, we'll give the goal still, and that shows they are favoring a team. Whereas in other instances, even when they could not decisively say this actually happened, they gave the decision. Maybe it was because the referee already gave towards so they couldn't reverse it at that point in time. But you don't want cherry pickings. You want them to be decisive. You don't want them interfering with the game. Calling back a situation in the game when the game is still free for you. Maybe a goal wasn't scored, and then you are calling back a tackle to say give this player a red card. It's not the best. You want everybody having the fair share of the spoils during game and having a chance to compete, not like being helped by the officials.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, what I'd say is, as long as human input is involved, even with trying to check the errors of maybe referees on the pitch, I think there would still be elements of bias, like you mentioned, cherry picking and all that. That's what I think. There has been clamors for actual footballers, ex-footballers, people who understand the game, to be the ones in that video assistant refereeing room, because they will be able to give more pinpointed footballing perspective decisions. But at the end of the day, it's still all going to be human input, which I think would still have its bias at the end of the day.
I think that would not be good for the game, because biases would even be even greater. Referees are supposed to be unbiased. They are supposed to not favor a team better than the other, you know. So it's their job. They need to do it. You don't need another umpire to refer the referee, or is that a word? Someone watching over the referee again. Let the referees do their job, and let's hope they do. Let's let them know.
There should be a clear line between what is clear and what is unclear.
They should just do their
job. Rather than this,
the video assistant referee VAR is there to help them into making better decisions, make better decisions.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much.